Hey everyone, Howard here from 24/7 Guitar, and I'm actually having a day off. But as always, my head is spinning with guitar and music, and I thought it would be cool to do a video, a tutorial on Good Times, Bad Times by Zeppelin, one of my favorite Zeppelin tunes. It's a great riff. The lead guitar work is absolutely stellar, but I'll probably do that in a separate lesson because there's a lot of attention to detail that needs to be included. So the song starts off with a big E bar chord. Cheap imitation of the drums there. Anyway, I'm at the 7th fret on the A string with the index finger, and barring with your ring finger, we are playing 9, 9, 9. Right across the D, the G, and the B string. And then for this I include the open E string. Gives it some meat. And so forth and so on. And then we get into the riff where everybody kicks in and Robert Plant starts singing the first verse. Okay, so what we're doing there is we've got that same big E chord, the bar chord, and then we move that shape down a whole step to the 5th fret. And we are going across the D, across the A, the D, and the G string. And the picking I'm using on that is down, down, up, down, up, down, which I think is probably the most effective way to play that, a little cross picking. And then we play this cool little riff. So I like to start that out with my 2nd finger on the 5th fret on the A string, and this is essentially a D major triad. In fact, it is a D major triad. 5th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string, and then 7th fret. 1st, 3rd, 5th. And you can use alternate picking for that. I think that's probably best. And then 4th fret on the A string, 5th fret, 6th fret. You can use your 1st finger to walk that chromatic pattern up if you want to, but I kind of like playing it like this. But however you play it, it's your choice. It's totally fine. And then, of course, we move into the chorus, which is played like so. More or less. Anyway, we're sliding a power chord again. You can use a 2-finger power chord version if you want to, but the 3-finger version sounds a little thicker, of course, right? So we're sliding from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, from G to A. And as always, Jimmy is very loose with the way he plays certain things, and this song is certainly no exception. The main riff is played really tight, but the choruses are kind of loose and cool sounding, so relax and play it however it feels good and sounds good to you. And then we're going back once again to that same full power chord shape, if you want to call it, but it's really 4 strings instead of 3. And we're playing a D suspended, which means you're adding your pinky to the B string at the 8th fret and then dropping it to get the regular D chord. And again, I'm just playing it with a nice, loose, pockety kind of rhythm because I think that kind of captures it nicely on one guitar. But let me play that slow for you. And then you take that same idea and you move it up a whole step. So I'm sliding from the 5th fret to the 7th fret now. And it's basically the same idea harmonically, but there's a slight alteration in the riff. So what he's done here is you've got the same power chord slide going on, and then it's basically an E suspended. So I'm on the 7th fret on the A string and the 7th fret on the D string, and I'm including the open E string in that. You don't have to, but I just like the way it sounds. So, and then you drop the 3rd finger, your ring finger, to the 4th fret using your 1st finger on the same string. And that's important to wrap your head around, because he's going to use that later on when they play the chorus up a whole step. And you can see I did the slide twice at the end of that chorus. So let me play the whole chorus for you, and hopefully this will all make sense. Another cool riff, in fact every riff in this song is pretty cool. We've got an F sharp power chord down here at the 2nd fret. If you want to play the 3-string power chord version with your pinky, that sounds great too. But then what we're doing is we're barring at the 9th fret on the D string and the G string, okay, with your index finger. You can do this using your ring finger alone, but you grab the same 2 strings at the 7th fret, pull off, and then come back. So you're pulling off from 11 to 9, and you come back to 11 with a stroke of the pick. Now, I prefer to play it like this because I feel like I can get a cleaner pull off. Flicking both of those fingers at the 11th fret. But play it either way. Whatever works for you is fine. And then do the same thing at the 2nd fret. I hope you can see that. Do the same thing at the 2nd fret. Same strings, same everything. But this time when you go back to the 4th fret and strike it with the pick, you want to slide up to the 6th fret. It's pretty cool. You can barely hear it on the recording, but it sounds really tasty. Now when we get to the end of the bridge, they return to the chorus of course, and but they've modulated up a whole step, okay? So it's the same riff, just a whole step up. We start with the slide from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. E suspended to E, and of course you play that as usual, and then we move it up a whole step. You can put some more slides in there if you want to. Just be careful when you play it a whole step up. You don't want to include that 6th string, the E string in that, just to keep it sounding nice and clean. And then we are into the guitar solo. His main solo in this tune is really, really cool, really exceptional. And let me know if you'd like me to do that, and I will. I might even do it anyway, okay, because I love the solo so much. And the lead breaks at the end are really cool as well.